Morning, this is Mr. Gagnon. Today we're going to go over one of the average speed problems. Seems that a lot of people in the class had a little bit of trouble with this type of problem. So let's tackle number 24. Okay, this is number 24 of the homework, and it says that an airplane travels a distance in its first part of 2,100 kilometers. It says the speed of the first part of the trip is 500 kilometers per hour. Okay, so and then we also know that wherever there's a speed and distance is also a time. It doesn't give us that. Okay, for the second part of the trip, okay, it's giving us a speed. So speed, the second part, is equivalent to 400 and then the says for the next 3 hours. So the time of the second one is 3 hours. Okay. All right. And then it says travels the last 400 kilometers. So that's the last 400. Okay. Last 400 kilometers is and then we get a speed here, and then a time here. Okay. It doesn't give you the speed of the third. It doesn't give you the time of the third. Okay, so you've got a little issue here. Okay, so, but it does give you the average speed of the trip. It says the average speed of the entire trip is 440. Okay, so we have that information. Now, it says, what was the speed of the plane for the last part of the trip? So that brings us back over here. Okay, so if we separate this into 3 sections of the trip, this section, the speed, we don't know. So let's go through what we have here. Okay, first of all, I know that I can solve for the time here, okay, given these two numbers. Okay, and that's a simple thing to do, so let's do that. Okay, so you've got time is distance over speed, d over s, and that equals 2,100 divided by 500, and this is 4.2 hours. Okay, so we figured that out. Okay, the second part of the trip, we don't know the distance. Okay, so distance we know is speed times time, st. So 400 kilometers per hour times 3 hours gives us 1,200 kilometers. Okay, these are two things that we found. All right, good. Now we have the average speed of 440 kilometers per hour, and we need to find the speed of the last part of the trip. So we do know that the speed of the last part of the trip is equivalent to the distance divided by the time. We've got the distance, we don't have the time. Okay, so let's figure this out. We got a little quandary here. So we know that the speed average equals d1 plus d2 plus d3 over t1 plus t2 plus t3. Okay, so we can actually put that over here and say that 440, I'll leave the units out so we save space, is equal to d1 plus d2 plus d3. d1's 2,100, d2 is 1,200, d3 is 400, So if we add up all those together, okay, with, let's see what we got here. Okay, so 3,700 on the top, and that's kilometers, divided by total time. So my first time was 4.2. My second time was 3. So I'm going to add these up. T1 plus T2 plus T3. So this is 4.2 plus 3 is 7.2 plus some unknown time, T3. Okay, so now it's a matter of solving for the equation. Okay, so let's just solve for T, or T3. If I take and I multiply both sides by 7.2 plus T3, I multiply this side by 7.2 plus T3, what I have left is on this side of the equation, these two cancel. So what I'm left with is 3,700 on this side. Okay, and I can go ahead and divide out by the 440. And I come up with the rest of the equation, 7.2 plus T3 equals 8.4. Bring the 7.2 over, and I'm going to clean this up for you guys. Okay, 8.4 minus 7.2 equals 1.2 hours. Okay, that's the time of the third one. So if I go back up here, it's 1.2 hours. Now look, I've got everything I need. I've got the distance, I've got the time, and I can divide these two out. And come up with the answer. Yeah, I'll bring that over for you. 333 kilometers per hour. Okay, and that's then that is the speed of the last part of that trip. Okay, so yeah, it's an in-depth problem. It takes some space. But it's just a matter of finding that last part of the problem. Thank you, and have a great day.